When people don't know what you've been through, they don't understand your praise. When they don't know what you have sacrificed, those late nights when you wanted to quit, I'm talking to somebody, those times when you were crying saying, I can't make it, you have a reason to celebrate. And let me tell you, with everybody trying to stop your shine, you cannot be stopped. And I'm going to quote the famous lines of the ubiquitous Sean P. Diddy Combs, can't stop, won't.
What up, everybody? Me telling you over and over about my intro. Me no know. I think me just too addicted to that song. Yeah. You know, every time the song start, me just, you know that song, the beat. Me just addicted to the beat. So me always bounce my head in the background while the music can play. What's going on, Unstoppable family? Blessings to every single person that is here right now. Whether you are on YouTube or you are on Facebook, I want to say a pleasant good night to you. All right. I'm seeing some familiar names up in the building tonight. I'm seeing Trisha Ambitious Lady over there on Facebook. Long time I not see your name, Trisha. I lie. Me see you Monday night. Yeah, me see you Monday night. Big up yourself, Trisha. Glad to see you. All right. And the YouTube crew, what's up with everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? Now, if you have not shared out the program as yet, please take a second right now to do so. All right, because remember, sharing is caring, like I always say. All right, you share out the show to somebody else will see it and forward on and become a member of the platform. You understand? Because we need more people for forward over and see where I'm going over here. So if you're not share yet, share right now. It's very important. All right, YouTube crew, share to Facebook. Facebook crew, share to every group we're on the inner. All right, now but that's not share to that group. Share to every group, and you can also share it to WhatsApp. Share it to a WhatsApp contact and invite them over to come and check out the program. All right. Very, very easy to do. Thank you so much if you've already shared the show. Let me see how much I want to say on the share. Who share already? Let me know say you share. Just say Unstoppable, me share. Now remember, me can't see who share from who no share, so don't tell no lie. So if you know you share the show already, let me know say you share right now. All right. Sean Mackay says I shared, but me go check. Big up to everybody who is checking in tonight. All right, so we have been having an awesome set of shows since we came back. Okay, you know, we took a break over the Christmas holidays, and we've been having an awesome set of shows, interesting set of shows since the return. And it seems with every other night, the shows just seem to get a little bit more interesting. You know? Now, I have a guest tonight that she wants to share her story. And it's about something that happened to her from she was a child. And it was traumatic for her. It was painful. It was hard for her to live with what she went through. And she's here tonight to share her story with us. Now we're going to get into the topic in a short while, but I want to ask everybody once again to please just click that like button. If you're not click the like button yet, just click the thumbs up button and get, you know, the stream active so that YouTube and Facebook can share it out to other viewers so that they can join the program. All right, YouTube crew, we're only at 85 likes. Let's get some more likes on the program right now. Just click the like button. All right, it's very important. And we also have to pay the credit to the sponsors of the program tonight. I want to say the sponsor for tonight's show is none other than Auntie Chrissy's jerk sauce. All right, she has the hot sauce, the spicy one, and she also has the mild sauce. All right, so if you want the mild, you can get the mild. If you want all two of them, you just call up Chrissy and place your order. It's 317-798-6131 is the number. You can call it straight or you can call via WhatsApp. You can also visit the website www.chriskitchengadget.com. All right, make sure if you order up your jerk sauce, people, it's well worth it. You understand? You're going to enjoy every bit of it. All right, now the second sponsor for tonight's show is none other than Slam IPTV. Now with Slam IPTV, I've had several persons reaching out to me and saying, Unstoppable, I need to get my TV service. What's the number? Well, here is the number. You don't have to call me and say that, because here is the number: 647-858-4337. 647-858-4337. All right, so all of the people that will call me and message me and say, Unstoppable, what is the number for the IPTV service? There it is on the screen. All right, you can WhatsApp Slam or you can call them straight. You can hit them up on Instagram at Slam_IPTV, Instagram or Facebook, and that is how you can reach them. All right, it's very, very simple. I want to say thank you to Michelle Robinson Unstoppable for sending in a cash up a super chat as soon as the program started. Thank you so much, Michelle. That is appreciated. All right, and to anybody who wants to contribute to the program, you can do so via Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. And speaking of Zelle, let me inform everybody right now that the call-in number has changed. If you look above my head and right here as well, you will notice that the number is different. All right, so everybody lucky in the call-in number from now. All right, the call-in number is no longer the 876 number. This is the new call-in number right here. All right, so lock in this number in your phone. So once you hear the phone line is open, this is the number you're going to call. All right, 754-317-5747 is the new calling number, and it's also for Zelle. All right, because the email thing did cause a lot of confusion for people. So for y'all who want to send in a Zelle contribution, here is the phone number as well. All right, enough of the long talking. Let's get into the topic. Now tonight's topic says, my mother hated me just because I was born a girl. Now the sad part about this is I used to pray just to die. Now, no, this one is a sad one tonight, right? My mother hated me just because I was born a girl. I used to pray to just die. Now, we're going to introduce the guest to the program tonight, but remember the rules of the platform. You are never allowed to disrespect my guest. You are never allowed to call my guest outside her name. Fool, dunce, jackass, idiot, yamid, nothing like that, or else you will be blocked. It's plain and simple as that. However, you can share your opinion, but just make sure that you keep it respectful at all times. With that said, caller, good night again. Thank you for holding.
Hi, Mr. Unstoppable. Hi, and hi to your callers. Good evening, good night, everybody.
Awesome.
And
all right,
just ready to tell my story.
Yes, and I'm gonna give you the platform to do so, because I heard a little bit of it, and it's really interesting, and I'm anxious to hear the rest. Now, viewers, she mentioned that there's a lot to her story, so we may have to go into a part 2 because the program is only an hour long. But let's just see what happens tonight as she shares. All right, Carla, I'm gonna give you the platform right now. All right, and you can get into it. Euphemia Spencer, thank you so much for that super chat. It's appreciated. Go right ahead, Carla.
Thank you. So I'll tell you, I am the 12th child for my mom and my dad. They have 14 of us, and I was the 12th one. So my mom had a son and then 8 girls. Then it came down to 2 boys, then me, a girl, and then 2 more boys. Okay. Growing up, I remember the age 5. That's a number that I remember living with my mother, the age 5. And from that, I kept moving from one place to the other. I keep moving from a sister to another sister and so on and so forth. So the first sister I moved to live with was my eldest one, and this was in Christiana. And when I was living there, she has two kids. One was older and one was my age, a girl and a boy. And I was there, I was going to school, and I remember I was happy. And then another sister came to join us. And that sister, one night, for some reason, brought in her boyfriend. And they just had sex right beside me in the bed. I was not happy. I remember going to school and kids were playing, they were having fun, and I was the one who loved to play. And because of what happened that night, I felt traumatized. I was just watching them playing. I couldn't play. I just watched them, and nobody was able to say, like, what's wrong. And at that time, nobody really asked question. I know the other kids were telling me to come and play, and I did not go. Now, um, I moved to live with another sister. When I lived with my other sister, she's a school teacher. My grandmother sent her to school, and when she became a school teacher, and I believe back then when a teacher is finished college, she would move from one place to the other, from one school to the other. And I believe I don't know why, but they just move around. I would have to move with her. So me, I think now I was 7 years old, and I was moving, and I remember moving from Christiana, Kingston, Craighead, and went to Trelawney 3 times and moved back again to Trelawney to live with my mom. So all this time I'm going to different school, never settled in one school. So living with this school teacher, sister of mine, she used to beat me every time she get the chance. And in a way, I cannot understand because now I'm like her child. She, I believe, was say in her 20s. I'm just guessing, in her 20s, and here I am living with her. She finished college. I'm not sure what her age was, but I was living with her, and now I became her child. So she's responsible for me. And nobody asked her, I don't believe, if she wanted a child, but here they just give me to her. My mom probably had good intention, believing that she's a school teacher. So it's good to take me along so she could groom me then. No, she beat me every time she get the chance. She would beat me, beat me, beat me. She did not like me at all. I remember going to school. I was in Kingston, and I will live in Kingston and going to school in Bull Bay, and they used to call it 10 miles Bull Bay. And I going to school, they'll take the bus and go over a bridge every morning, every evening. And coming home from school, I used to pray that the bus would just go over in the water. I want the bus to just go over in the water, and the bus would not go over the water. She took me all the way home. Okay, get off the bus. We started walking. I kind of feel comfortable. But when I turned the corner to go to the house that we live in, the pain started because I was afraid of the house. I got so much beating in that house. I was never happy. I'll drop a cup by accident and I get a beating. I slip on water in the house and I get a beating. Every day is just nobody. She did not like me. And I remember going to school one day and the teacher was beating students, beating the student to keep malice, some foolishness about kids keeping malice so you get beaten. They call you up and they beat you. And this teacher called me and another child, we were in Mali, so she called that child, she beat the child, and she'd give you one person one hit in one hand, give her one hand, you stretch out the right hand, you get a hit with the belt, you stretch your left hand out, you get a hit with the belt, and you go back to your seat. My turn, the teacher said, I'm not going to hit you, I'm going to let your sister, beat you. I'm not going to beat you, your sister will do it. Everybody get their beaten, and they're happy playing, no one forget about it, and they're worried. My sister came to the class just before recess and she draped me and she beat me, she beat me, she beat me. And she beat me. I went underneath the table and she grabbed me by my foot and she beat me. And then after that, the bell rang, we went outside. She stopped, I went outside. The kids crowd around me and stand up around me. They're all looking at my skin because the belt left a mark, like the mark of the belt was still on my hands. my arms. And one girl looked at me and she said to me, when you go home, you have to tell your mother. She said, when you go home, you tell your mother. And I said, okay. She was crying and I wasn't crying anymore. When she told me that I should tell my mother, I started crying because I don't know my mom. I don't know her. So, okay. Anyways, after that, I went home again on the bus. I prayed. I want the bus to go over. The bus would never go over the water. The bus always drive across the bridge. I go home. Following day, I come back to school. Go home the following day, and that's just my life. Anyways, I was never happy. She moved away from that area. We went on to live into another area. And this time we were in Craighead. And while I was there, she said to me, she had a friend who's from St. Elizabeth. She's also a teacher. And she said the teacher said to her, I'm going to take your sister with me to spend holiday in St. Elizabeth because it's coming summer holiday. So she's going to take me with her. So she agreed. So she sent me to St. Elizabeth with this lady. I went there and the lady has a younger sister who gave me bath. She would bathe me in a big tub with water. She put me in the bath to bathe me and she had her finger in my vagina right through. And she played with my vagina. It hurt me. I was very upset. So when I put dry myself off, went into the room, I picked up all her books and I ripped every page out. I just started ripping the pages from her book. When I did that, she came in and she saw me and she called her sister, that's a teacher. And she was upset. The parents came and they were upset. Why did you bring this like bad child here? Why did you bring this child here? Anyways, went on and on and on. I went back home now. The holiday's up. She took me back home. She told my sister what happened. My sister didn't say to me, why did you do it? She just take the belt. And that belt just become just something that I live with. She beat me, she beat me, she beat me. She never even stopped. She beat me, and at one point she told me not to cry. I should stop, don't. And I just stood there, numb, numb, numb. Okay. After that, I moved to Trelawney, and that's where I'm from. I moved to Trelawney, and I live with her. And um, I'm now up to grade, say, 5, 4, 5. And then age 10, I went back to live with my mother. When I live with my mother, now I started to go to primary school. And when I'm going to primary school, things were okay because my mother wouldn't beat me, but I didn't know her. And how I know it was my mother, I was told by a sister that I thought was my mother that she's not my mother. So now I go to live with my mother. Now she's a total stranger to me. I don't think she knew me herself. So I'm there now and I'm living with her with 2 younger boys and 2 older boys. Those were my brothers. And I was last in the house. She did not pay no mind to me. My brothers could hug her, they could laugh with her, they could touch her. I was just in a corner by myself. She never played with me. All she would do is give me work to do. Go take the chimney or go wash the chimney. Did you do this? Did you wash the plate? And that's all I could hear from her. Meanwhile, my brothers were happy playing. Okay? Talking, laughing. They would give jokes, and I can't forget my mother just laugh along. I was just never a part of it. And if I opened my mouth just to say something, shut up, you're stupid. Everything I said, I was stupid. You're stupid. You don't have no sense. You don't have no sense. And that's all I heard. Go wash the floor, clean the floor. They make mess, wipe up the floor. The rain fall and wet up the floor, go clean off the floor. And that's all I heard. Okay. I was going to school and walk miles to school. When I was in school, everything was kind of okay, doing my schoolwork, and then I get to grade 6. And I think I was at about 12 years old. I went to the secondary school. Then I developed, like my body developed. I'm this person now. I'm sure I wasn't tall. I wasn't the size that I'm supposed to be. I was short, but my breasts were just bigger than big. just grow fast. And I was mocked with that. I was teased in the secondary school. I was teased daily. And when I come home, my mother would tease me. She would call me names, a big breast. You just here with your big old breast. I couldn't stand my breasts. This is not something that I was born with. I just developed earlier than a lot of children my age. And I was teased, I was teased, I was teased all the way. I remember going to class one day, and this is secondary school now, in grade 7. And I walk into class, and the boys were mean. They were very mean. Older men would be looking me and saying nasty things to me. Meanwhile, the younger boys would be teasing me. So in class, they would write my name, my full name, Big Breast, and my last name. My first name, Big Breast, and my last name on the board. My heart just sunk. Okay. I remember going to school and wasn't clean. I wouldn't be the cleanest child because deodorant, a pad, lotions, those are things that I would need. I don't have those things. I never had them. And I would smell and they would tease me. But that wouldn't stop me from going to school. I was still there. And the teacher, there was a teacher there who loved me. And she would read when she give us composition and stuff like that, or do well on it, and she would read it to the class. And that the other kids would want to be around me. But for me, I try to stay away from them because I know that there's an order that I have. And somebody told me about a lime, that you could use lime underneath your arm. That's we used to have a tree in my yard, and they said, yeah, you can rub the lime to kill the odor from underneath your arm. And then I started using the lime. That was helpful. Seeing my period, my mom gave me a piece of cloth and said, this is, she doesn't have, she never mentioned pad. I didn't even know what pad was. But she gave me the cloth and said, you're seeing your menses, she call it. You use this. So I said, okay, and that's what I use. I messed up myself at school. I go into the bathroom, and there was always friends there who loved me, and they'd help me. I'd wash my uniform, wash it out, squeeze it out, flush it out, put it back on, and go back to class. We used to wear blue shoes and blue socks, and you have to wear your uniform. You have to be in uniform. I couldn't find no blue socks to match with my black shoes. And I would wear any socks just to be in school because I love school. And no matter what I was going through, I want to be in school. I did not care. My mom going to school one day, and we used to go on shift. Some people in the morning shift and afternoon shift. I remember going to school in the afternoon. My mom said, look, I saw somebody come to my mother and told my mom something. And then my mom called me and told me that I should go. By this now, my sister was a teacher. She moved closer to us. It's not the same district, but a joining district. She told me my sister said I should come up there. She's a teacher. So I went. She said you're not going to school, you're going to see what she wants. When I went there, she said I should stay. She called me because she wanted me to stay with these two children. One of the child is hers adopted because when she was beating me one day, I forget to tell you, she said to me, I hope I don't have kids because you're too bad. My name was attached to bad, like bad. You're too bad. So anyhow, she never had kids. So she adopted a little girl. This child was 2. Her friend, who is another teacher, had a 2-year-old child. So the friend was going away. I think she was going to write papers. She was going to do I don't know what she was doing, but she was going to be away for 3 weeks. And my sister took me out of school to watch the 2 children, watch her child and her friend's child. There was no problem with her child because she was married and the husband lived with his mom. The mom was at the joining house, but the mom wouldn't watch the teacher's kid. They want the teacher's kid to stay at my sister's house. So I had to stay there and watch these 2 children 3 weeks out of school. 3 weeks out of school. At the end of the 3 weeks, my sister sent me back home, not even one pad, not even a bottle of lotion, not even a deodorant. I went home, went back to school. When I went back to school, the teacher there teaching and going on, I had no clue what she's talking about. Nothing, because I missed 3 weeks out of everything. I was there as a last kid. She asked me what happened, and I told her nothing was done. She just I told her I was watching my sister's kids, and that was it. I remembered after that, um, I went home one evening. When I went home from school, I think it was time now to go. I was in grade 8 at this time, just the beginning of grade 8. And I went home and I saw another sister of mine. So my sister said to me, she started talking and she said to me that, oh, she started talking about Waterford Secondary and said this is where she works. And she works in the canteen at Waterford. I'm like, whoa. I was enthralled. I couldn't take my eyes out of her mouth. Every word she talking about the children, the uniform and everything. And man, I just listened to every word. I want to go there. I said to her, can I go with you and go to your school? She said, before the question would finish, she said, yes. 2 days after, was ready, packed, and I went with her. I was so happy and unstoppable when I was driving up in the bus from country up to Kingston. All these dreams, and I could, the bus people talking. I was just sitting down, looking at what I'm gonna do in school, and I had everything planned. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna do my work because I know what I wanted. Because all the stress that I've been through, I know I can do my schoolwork and I'm gonna do it. What I'm gonna do in school and all my plans. Got to her house. She came down and we took another bus. And I know that she was passing the school and she pointed and showed me that that's the school. And man, I was happy. I want to go to school. I want to go to school. I went into her house and her husband was all excited. Oh, yeah. And she told me, oh, yeah, she's going to register me at school. Days go by, weeks go by, and I'm there. Remember, she has a kid, 2 kids, one 7 and one about 6. And every day they would go to school, they would come home. After school, I would be there. And I did not know that what I was there for, what she brought me from country to do was to watch her 2 children. Just to watch them when they come from school, there's somebody in the house. She had no plans sending me to school. Her husband would say things to me and it was rude. Okay. And he'd say things, keep saying things and the nasty things. He's not supposed to be saying those things to me. Till one day he said to me, I should call me into his room. She was in the kitchen cooking. She called me into his room, and he told me to pick up the towel from beside him, and the towel was on the same bed he was lying down. I reached over to pick up the towel. It's his penis that rubbing on me. This man would touch me places where it's not supposed to touch me, and I kept quiet. One day I was at the house. My sister said she's going to church. Somebody invited her to church. So just me, him, and the 2 kids. The kids were outside playing. He now was standing at the gate. And a young man from the street came down. Before that, the guy met me. The guy met me outside one day and said, I didn't know you lived there. And asked me my name, and I told him. And he came back down now when my brother-in-law was standing there and asked him for me. And when he asked him for me, my brother-in-law came in the house, and my God, he was so upset and him cuss, you make man come ask you, man come at the gate, come ask you, man, and he just went on and on. He was so angry. So I didn't say anything wrong with that. But he saw something wrong with that. And maybe God did that for a purpose. Anyways, my sister came in the middle of the night from church, and he woke and he told her, a man come ask your sister at the gate. She wasn't fussing at that time. But in the morning, I said to her, the reason why he's upset is because he's saying these things to me. He wants me for himself. He doesn't want nobody to talk to me. And I started telling her everything. She said to me, well, as time stay and look everybody. All right. She packed me up. She said, get your stuff them ready. I'm going to send you away. She sent me to stay with my other sister. For my other sister, I should go to country. So I went over my sister's house, the other sister, living in some part in a Kingston. I went there. She said to me, the following day now, my same sister came back over to this other sister's house and she beat the hell out of me. She burst my mouth. I was bleeding all over. And okay, fine.
But for what
Nobody
reason
did
though?
anything.
For what reason? She just
She
come and
was
just beat you
beating
so?
me now, she was beating me, said I wanted her man. I wanted her man, her husband. I was 15. She said I wanted her husband. And I'm lying on him, but I wanted him. And she mentioned a name. I'm like some other girl that they knew as a friend who loved to feel every man body. That's what she said to me. I wanted him. And she beat the hell out of me. Okay.
So
I went back to
she
country.
didn't even ask you any questions. She just come and just start beat you and say that
She
so?
came and she started talking. She started arguing. She started arguing with me. And I said to her, he wanted me. He wanted me. And she's talking and she said, I wanted her man. I was there and I wanted her man.
All right, so
That's what she said to me.
we're at the
Mm-hmm.
30-minute mark. I'm going to pay the credits to the
Okay.
sponsors and then come right back to you. But I want to ask you a
Okay.
question which I want you to
Mm-hmm.
answer when you come back. Your mother
Okay.
gave you away, right? And
Right.
I want you
Right.
to give us in detail why you think she gave you away when we
I'll
return, all
tell
right?
you.
All
I
right,
will
just
tell
give
you.
me a few
Yeah.
seconds. You can have a water break until I come
Okay.
back.
Okay.
All right, so Unstoppable family, welcome to everyone that's here and tuning in tonight. If tonight is your very first time on the program, welcome. All right, and if you're new here, jump in the comment section and say you're new so that the regulars can welcome you to the platform. Regulars, please make the newbies feel welcomed. All right, I want to say thank you to the persons that have contributed to the program so far. Michelle Robinson sent in a cash up, a super chat contribution. Thank you, Michelle. And also Euphemia sent in a super chat contribution as well. That's appreciated, Euphemia. Erica sent in a Zelle contribution. Thank you so much, Erica. And Claudette sent in a cash up contribution. Thank you, Claudette. It's appreciated. All right. And the sponsors for tonight's program is none other than Auntie Chrissy's jerk sauce. All right. Uno will never ever get tired of hearing me talk about Auntie Chrissy jerk sauce because it's just that good. All right. The number is 317-798-6131 is the number. You can call it straight or you can WhatsApp the number and order your sauces from Auntie Chrissy. You can get the mild one or you can get the hot and spicy one. Whichever you like, you can get it. All right. Now the next sponsor for tonight's show is Slam IPTV. For channels all around the world, this is the deal right here. Believe me, people, you can't go wrong with Slam IPTV. Plenty of the Unstoppable family members has gotten it so far and nobody now complain. All right, 647-858-4337. Anywhere in the world you are, you can get Slam IPTV. All you have to do is call them. You can call them straight or you can WhatsApp the number. All right, or you can hit them up on Instagram, slam_IPTV. All right. Now I want to highlight it again that the call-in number has changed. If you didn't change the number in your phone yet, there it is above my head right there. It's 1-754-317-5747. WhatsApp only. It's still only WhatsApp. So that's the new call-in number. Add that to your phone. So once you hear the phone line open, you don't have to rush for you go add it. You just go add it from now so that it's in your phone. All right, great. All right, so see another cash app just come in. Christine, thank you so much for your cash app contribution, and also Lisa K sent in a cash app contribution just now. Thank you so much to everyone that's contributing to the program. You help this program to keep going. Thank you so much. With that said, Carla, you offer your water break?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, good. So I'm gonna
Yes.
let you continue, but like I said, I wanted to know what's
Yeah.
the reason why your mother had you just passing from hand to hand, from sister
Okay.
to sister. What was the reason behind that?
Okay. Okay. So, what with my mom? She did not like having girls. She did not. And she had one son and then 8 girls after that. 8 girls. Then she had 2 boys and then me. I'm in the middle. So I was like a sore thumb. And they look at me and they call me they didn't call me retarded, but no, the names that they called me, it would be like I'm retarded. I did not grow. Her sons would like look different. I did not grow. I was just there. And she did not like me at all. She could not stand the sight of me. She couldn't. She couldn't handle it. And then when I was younger, because she sent me away when, and you know what? I kind of feel like she had good intention then when she sent me to live with my sister who was a teacher. I believe that. And I believe that she thinks now that this sister would help me, to become like somebody. Like the district we're in, there's nothing there. So she think now she's a school teacher. Oh yeah, you take your smaller sister with you. Make she become a teacher too. I don't know because nobody told me anything. I just find myself living with everybody.
Mm.
So
So
I can't. I don't know.
your mother don't like girls, but God give her
She did not
eight.
love girls. She
God give
did
her
not love,
eight
and then
girls.
she got eight
Mm.
girls. So her first son died, the first one, and she said, God, if you had taken all hate of the girl pitney them, me wouldn't mind. But just you should have just. This is what I heard that she told God.
Oh.
All eight of them. She did not like eight kids, one behind the other, eight girls. And she did. And there's a stigma too, like when you have girls, because they denigrate girls, like they're not good. They're just gonna breed up and nothing become of them. Meanwhile, the boys would, I don't know. There was something about the boys having the boys and versus having the girls. Because
Hmm.
girls were seen as nobody.
What how did she treat your other sisters? Because he said she didn't like girls. How did she treat them?
The same way, because what they're saying to me when I talk to them and I said to them, like, did you get what? They'll tell me the same story. This is how
Mm.
she was. She don't like no girl. She not
Mm.
like the girl pitney them none at all. And she say it. She not like the girl pitney them.
Mm.
She give me my
Mm.
boys, my boys, my boys.
Wow. Joy Blackwood, thank you
Yeah,
for that. And Shelly the Boss, thank you for your super chat contribution. All right, continue, Carla.
yeah. So that was what she was doing. And then I happened because then she got two boys. And then I don't know why God just put me right in the middle. When she should supposed to have a boy, then here I come. Just
Hmm.
disappoint her again. She
Hmm.
did not like that. Anyways, never remember getting a hug. Never remember just laughing at your joke. No, I was always called stupid. Damn fool, move. You know? You get beaten and you get beaten the worst way. Me and my brother fight, and my brother them big, they're younger and bigger than me, but I'm getting the beating. That's just how it was. So I don't know, remember where I stopped off when you went for break. I think I was telling you that I got sent back home
You were
to my
at
mom
well I
again.
you were talking about your sister coming and beating you for a man. That's where you were.
She beat me. Yeah, she beat me. And nobody really go to my mother and said, you know what, like this is what happened to her. Nobody talked to each other. Nobody talked to each other. And in fact, if they were supposed to talk to my mother, they would have to write a letter because it's not close. And as soon as because my sister would say, as soon as we get breast, we have to left the yard. As soon as you have breast, you better move out
Hmm.
because they don't want you there. They don't like girl picnic. Because as soon as they have breast, they feel like you're going to get pregnant and fill up the yard with baby. So they think of girls as worthless. Nothing ever come out of girl picnic. My sister was a school teacher. It's my grandmother who sent her to school, so she became a school teacher.
Hmm.
So, anyways, when my sister beat me, I remember bleeding. My mouth burst up and bleeding, and then swelling also. And then I got a couple of days after I got sent back to country. When I went back to country, this is the worst time. Worst time. When I went there, all these children that I left there that were going to school are still going to school. Me, I'm not in school. I was not in school. So what happened now? I sent a letter to the not the vice principal, to the counselor at the high school. It was a secondary school then. Now it's a high school. I sent a letter to him and I said to him, I'd like to come back to school. And he said, and I explained everything in my letter. And he wrote back to me and said, we can't take you back. You need to come with a letter from the school that you were going and a letter from the doctor. I'm assuming that the letter would say that you weren't pregnant for a year, you know, because I understand they said bring a letter. That means to show, the letter would show that, because people could just leave and go and have kids and come back. So that's why they wanted the letter. Another thing, the school, they want me to bring a letter from that school I was in, else they cannot take me. I sent another letter and I said, I can't give you a letter from the school, but I can give you a doctor's letter. He said, no, it's important that you bring a letter from the school. I bawled, I cried. All these kids going to school again. I was in Waterford living and watching all these girls going to school, and I'm jealous of them. They go to school, they have every uniform, and now I'm back in the country, not going to school, watching people going to school. Oh my God. Anyhow, he said, no, you can't come. I had to stay home. And that's when my life just I don't know. I just became the mad person that they said I was. I wasn't not my normal self anymore. I couldn't go to school, and I know that I want to be in school, and I couldn't go. And I sat around my mom. She cursed me every day. My father and everybody. I was nobody. I was a nobody there.
So other than the praying that you would pray for the bus to run over the bridge,
right.
You never attempted any type of suicidal acts or anything like that, right?
No, I didn't know how to do any. I didn't know how to do it. I think about it, but what would I do?
Okay, that's
what
good.
did I do? Now I know that, yeah, you could have climbed up the tree and go jump. But I that never came to my mind.
Well, I'm glad it never came
That
to
never
mind.
came to my mind. You
I'm
know?
glad.
But I was a nobody, and that's the point. I just want to be in school. Just let me be in school. Why can't I be in school? I couldn't be in school. Okay? And I was just hanging out in the district, people talking about you. My mom cussing me. I'm just there not doing anything, walking barefoot everywhere I'm going, looking like a real mad person. And I start hanging out with an older cousin of mine. And then this guy who left from Kingston, he come down there to visit them. And he saw me, did not ask me for sex, took advantage. I got pregnant. And he would come every time. He would come there, and I would happen to be at my cousin because she's my older cousin. I'm hanging out at her house. And this is what happened. He would pull me anywhere he want to pull me, have sex. He gone about his business. So I got this baby with me now, pregnant. That, oh my God, my mom almost killed me. Anyways, I had the child, and people are going to say to me now, this child is not going to become anything, because everybody know that this man come from Kingston with his bad self. He's a bad person. I would never dream of being with somebody like that. And then I had the baby. Pregnant, had the baby, had nothing. I was just there because I became nobody. I had the baby, and my mom helped me. And when she helped me, she cursed me every turn. My sisters, they did not even care. Nobody look at me. And people would tell me that my baby won't become anything. And I had the baby, now the baby look exactly like the father, and they talk to me, tell me everybody see the child who thinks that the child is going to be a bad child because of the father is. And then I said to myself, it's not going to happen, you know. It's not going to happen. I'm going to take care of my kid. And a schoolmate of mine came. And one day I was sitting on the veranda, and he said to me, don't have any more children, because I have a friend that I wanted to meet, but don't have any more kids down here. I said, no, I don't have nobody to have kids with either. So he said, the guy live in Kingston. So I went up there to visit a sister of mine, another sister. And then I met the guy that he was telling me about, the friend from the schoolmate when I was in high school there at Trelawney. I saw him in Kingston, and he told me about the guy. And then I met both him and the guy one day. That guy is now my husband. Anyhow, um, the problem went on and on and on and on and on. I live with him now. I got pregnant again. And I'm taking care of my baby in the country. I'd send things to my baby. Then I took my baby from there because I didn't want her to stay there. Everybody said, oh, you shouldn't take the child from there because who your mother is going to send to the shop to buy things? She doesn't have anybody to send. She was the one to help your mother. I said, no, I don't want that for my kid. So I took my kid to live with me. And me and my kid and my new baby will live together. And my sister started filing. I heard that my sister is filing. And the government, I think, in Canada said you can file for your mother, your father, and all their unmarried children. My sister was on the filing, one sister. My brothers were on the filing. I wasn't on the filing because I'm the bad seed in the family. I was just too bad. So my mom went to immigration and told them that one brother refused to go, said he's not leaving Jamaica because he's okay. He's not leaving. So the lady at immigration said to her, you don't have any more unmarried children? She said, yes, but she have 2 kids. The lady said to her, it doesn't matter. So they put me on. They give her my name.
Good.
Then they put me and my 2 children on filing.
Good.
And we got through and we came. My sister wasn't filing for me. So when it's just because my brother refused. So when now we came, we live with her, that sister, and that sister said to me, well, because they come with the kids and they're not behaving, because they just come out of Jamaica, they're not used to being inside, so they don't know how to behave. So she said I should move and live with a cousin. So I moved far away and come and live in a different part of Canada with some cousins. And we were bouncing around until I end up living in a shelter because nobody could tolerate my 2 kids. And we moved, we live in a shelter. From a shelter, we got a house. We live in that house, me and the 2 kids. And my intention was to go back to school, and I was determined to go back to school. My daughter, I pampered her, gave her everything. She decided that she's going to have a child because all her friends, they have kids and the government take care of them and this, that, and the next. I said, no, her friend not finished school, but she's pregnant and she have a baby and she has a room for herself, an apartment for herself with furniture in there and everything is good for her. I said, no, you don't leave school. You go to school. Go to school. This child would not go to school. So the school would call you and tell you that your child is not in school. So I went to school and to talk to the teacher. And talking to the teacher said, no, we haven't seen her for 2 weeks. I'm like, okay. I talked to her. I said, if you're going to live in my house and don't go to school, you're not staying here. You have to go to school. So by this now, I went and I married my kid's father, my son's father, and he came. So now he's here with me. At that time, he's here, he came, and there's a problem because he came with the drama from Jamaica. And it's like my daughter now, at the age of 16 years old, she realized that, yeah, there's trouble and that there's trouble in the home. So this is now, she uses it as her advantage, and this child don't come home at night time. She gone about her business. She does now come home and she's not going to school. And I'm there fighting with my daughter to put her in place, fighting with my husband and his drama. And I'm telling you, man, anyhow, my daughter decided now she's going to have her kid. Why are you doing this? And I'm begging her, no, she's going to have her kid. She went straight ahead, she got her kid. She's not going to school. And I said, hell no. You not go to school, me I go to school. Because me promise I'll send you to school for you to become something. Because nobody is gonna paint you because of who your father is. They're gonna paint you with that brush. I'm not gonna let that happen. I am going to go to school myself, since as you decide you're not going. You're smart enough, you can go to university, you can be somebody. Since as you're not going, I'll go. And unstoppable, I get up and I put myself, there's some flyers coming through the mail and it says continuing education. And I put myself in it and I started to go to the high school. When I'm in class with the kids, I'm small. So the teacher would think that I'm 15 years old like them, and he'd tell me, go and sit in. I'd have to take him and said, I'm not a child, I'm a grown woman. And then the teacher started talking to me like, I could go to him and talk, as he respected me as an adult now, coming in to continue in education. And unstoppable from there on, I went to high school. I finished high school. The teacher said, what are you doing with your credits? I said, I don't know. He said, Canada is going to be short on nurses, so you should go into nursing. And I said, okay then. And that's where I went into nursing. I finished nursing school and I started working as a nurse. My daughter, she still did not even bother to go to high school. And even now, it's a fight between me and her, because she feel like she can show me that you don't need high school. She ended up having 4 children. I helped her whenever way I can, but I'm still like upset. Okay. I had another baby. So this little girl now, she's in university. She's going to school. She's doing her best. My son, they work and they're doing their thing. But she decided, my oldest daughter decided, no, she's not going anywhere. And, but she lives, she's married. She lives her life and I'm living mine, and so on and so forth. My sisters are going to say to me now, one sister, oh, because I was talking to her. She said, she's the one who told me to go to school. I said, you did not. You did not. You did not tell me to go to any school. I decided to go to school myself. Anyways, they're all proud of me now. Yeah, I'm not stupid anymore. I'm not a mad girl. I'm not a retarded person that they thought I was. Everybody see me with a different eye. Okay? So now my mom was sick. My mother lived in Miami with them, and she got sick. And when I went there, because I had a nephew that killed himself, so I went to funeral. And when I went there, my mom said to me, I want to go home and she said, look how I want to die, and this kid just get up and kill himself. So I said, don't say you want to die. She said, yes, I want to die. And when I die, I want to go home. Before I die, I want to go home. So me, unstoppable, me hearing her and being the nurse that I am, I understand. And I said, okay, if you want to go home, well, you talk to anybody else? She said, no. When she took sick, they started collecting money in the States to bury her. Like before she died, they started collecting money for her funeral, to pay the funeral home and to pay this and to pay the burial. And I called and I said, no, you're not going to send her to school. You're not going to bury her over there. She wants to go to Jamaica. So when I called my sister, who is a teacher, she said to me, no, she's going to be buried here. I said, if she buried here, I'm not coming to funeral. Who wants you at the funeral anyways? And unstoppable, I'm telling you, I can't tell you the words that I tell this woman. I cuss her out. Anyhow, somebody said you should not cuss her out because everybody's feeling sorry for her now. She's really a nobody right now. She was a school teacher in Jamaica. She lives in the States. Who is she? Nobody. Okay? So the person that they have me as nobody, now they become nobody. I'm serious. Okay, so anyhow, I said, let my mom go home. They decided, okay, if you want her home, buy her ticket and send her home. I bought the ticket immediately and sent my mom home. They sent her down. I went down and I showed my sister-in-law how to care for her, how to transfer her from bed to chair to bathroom, wash her, put her in a wheel. I bought a wheelchair. And I said, put her in, recline it. This is how you do it. I bought stuff. I bought diaper, everything, and took down. Took her to the doctor down there. They said her blood is low. They give her blood, everything I kept doing. Funeral day, I'm responsible for the funeral because I wanted her down there. And I said, of course, I'm going to do it. And I buried her right beside her husband.
So like you turn out to be the head cornerstone.
The head, believe me, I buried her. When I saw her, how sick she was on the bed, and she said, she called my name, and my husband was there, and we did it. And I said, this is what you want. You want to be here because you love your sons, and they want to keep you from your sons, but that's what you love. So you're going to get it. So because they claim that when she died here, the sons will go to the States to see her. But how are you going to go to the States? Do they have visa? No, they don't. So she can go down and then you can go down to bury her. So After how many years my mom went down and see her sons that she loved. She loved and she claimed that those are the kids that she loved. That's who she cared about. She get to see them. She spent time with them. And the other thing, she stayed with my brother, even the brother that was born after me, unstoppable. That brother, how she was in. And that brother told me how much money I'm going to pay them to look after her. I'm like, how much? He told me how much $1,000 I'm going to have to help them to look after her. And I believe when my mom heard him talking, like in a month, she just passed away. And if she didn't, I know I'd have to pay money to help them to look after her down there because they were looking for food for her, clothes, everything. They'll be looking to me to get for her. Yeah. She went down. She got to what she wanted, and she wanted to die, and she died, and she got beside her husband, and that was it. You know, my only problem today is my daughter, who doesn't really listen because according to her, I used to beat her. I used to be on her for her to go to school. I used to be so hard on her, you know? So, unstoppable, I don't know, but that was my life. That was my life. I was never happy. I was never a happy person growing up.
All right, so it's a very interesting one from beginning to end. And that's the entire thing. So we now forgot to no part two then. That's the entire thing. All right,
Okay.
so we're gonna open the phone lines right now for anyone who wants to call in and say anything to tonight's caller. The number to call in is 754-317-5747. That's the new call in number. WhatsApp only. 754-317-5747. Start calling right now if you have something you want to say pertaining to tonight's guest experience that she shared. All right. Now, Carla, let me, because I'm seeing some persons in the comment section saying you have a heart of gold because, you know, after everything that you went through with your mother, you still end up being there for her.
Right.
Was there ever a time where you felt like you did not like your mother? No, I know you said she didn't like you because you were a girl. Was there a point where you resented her as a mother?
No, when you're in a situation where you feel, I don't know, but I kind of feel sad for them. Like I know that I'm feeling that she didn't know any better. So I feel bad for her because the things that would come out of her mouth, I just felt that she needed help herself. She needed help. That's what I felt. And I felt like she lived with my dad, and I felt that he controlled her, and she didn't have a life of her own. And for her to sit down and have 14 children, I'm wondering, how do you do that? How do you do that? So I felt bad for her. I felt it. She loved her husband dearly, but for her to sit down and get pregnant every 2 years, like, come on.
What was
She
your
never got
relationship with your dad like? You spoke a lot about your
No,
mother.
he was, I would say that he's more alcoholic, although he's a deacon in the church. He was alcoholic, he would drink. And when he's a very angry drunk, some drunkard would be sweet, loving. He was not. He would beat you. And as your mother say anything, you just grab, as my mom say anything, you just grab and beat. I remember getting beaten in my sleep. I remember in my sleep getting beaten.
So
you know?
he had no
and
issues.
And there's a part that I wanted to tell you about one sister of mine that died. I want to tell you that. I don't know if it's too late.
Go right ahead. We're still waiting on persons. I know people have to get accustomed to the new number, but you know, we're waiting on the first caller to come in. 754-317-5747. That's what I'm telling you, add it in on the phone from the show start. People have to get accustomed to the new number, but that's fine. Go ahead.
My sister, and she had 2 kids in Jamaica, and she met a man from England. And when she met the man clear skin. My mom was all excited over him. And then my sister and I would be fighting. My mom would take side on that sister because now my sister had a man who is from wherever I was, brown skin. My mom just excited. So she'd be talking about me in the room with my sister. And it made me so angry. I was so angry. I hated that sister for that. Anyways, My sister, I know I have my boy, that was my baby father, then boyfriend, husband now. He was my boyfriend, but husband now. He lives with me
Mm-hmm.
now. And he, what he did, she did, she went and told him, oh, she have man with you. She have man with you. What you do with her? She have man with you. And what you do? And she went on. So he came down and he married her. So me now want my revenge because unstoppable, I'm telling you, I became such a very angry person. I did not care because of all I've been through. I just, everybody cross me. I tell you, I go at them. Anybody cross me. So when she went and she told him that, because this is where I get my shelter from his place, and she went to tell him that, I pick up my pen and paper and wrote her man a letter and tell her she have man with him. Okay. When she went to live with him, 2 years after she took up her kids from Jamaica, they're living there. Then one day he came in and they got into a fight. She fell through the window and she died.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my whole family said I was the one who killed her. And they have it tied on to me that I was the one who killed her.
Mm.
Okay? Because I wrote the man a letter. And I know that didn't kill her because after that, them did it. No, he filed for her. She went to live with him. And then after how many years, he's an alcoholic himself. And they got into a fight and she fell through the window and she died. That nothing did even come out of the case because they said they were fighting. She went to the window. She got dizzy and she fell and she died.
Wow.
So that they have on my name also.
All right, so I'm seeing persons calling the number, but you're calling straight. It's not straight. Call WhatsApp. All right, WhatsApp only. I'm seeing persons calling the new number, but you're calling straight. The calling is only on WhatsApp. We have a caller. Caller, good night. You're live.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night.
caller, and good night, everyone. I am
Hi.
calling because you're a strong woman, and I want to say I'm glad that you have gone through it, and it makes you much stronger to tell your story. What you went through, though,
Okay.
was very sad because no one never needed to call anyone names. Like I said in the chat,
Mhm.
I have huge boobs. I can relate to that, and I start having the same problem. I was like you when I was much younger because I started getting
Right.
all the girly stuff at age 11. So I start seeing my
Right.
ladies stuff at age 11.
Yeah.
I start growing.
Mhm.
When I was 11, my stepdad was thinking I had boyfriends with poor me.
Right.
I didn't have no boyfriend,
Because of the
but
yeah.
because of the
Mhm.
hormonal situation that I was going through, because my mom took me to the doctor and the doctor said I have hormonal situation growing. So I developed very early, and so my
Right.
boobs is extremely huge. And so I wasn't teased
Yes.
though, but I had issues with back pain and stuff like that when I was much younger because I was
Mhm.
wearing my mom brassiere. I came out of training bra a long time and was wearing my mom bra when I was about 11. So I had that
Right.
situation. But let me tell you, I can relate to some of what you've said, and I know that when you're young, sometimes you go through things where her parents leave us alone and we have to go through the struggles.
Mhm.
And even though you are a girl, she shouldn't have done that because every child is a gift and a
No.
blessing from God. So whatever it is that
Right.
she have gotten,
Right.
she should have appreciated. But I do know
Right.
a lot of women out there who love boy children and they wish for one, but
Right.
that still don't excuse the fact that you're gonna give up your child because it's not a boy. And
Mm.
so I am
Right.
calling to
Right.
say you have gone through it, and I'm sorry you've gone
Thank
through
you.
it, but you've been strong enough now and
Thank
you get
you.
over it. And I'm so happy that you can tell your story now. And I must applaud you for staying and being a strong woman
Mm.
throughout it
Thank you.
all.
Thank you.
It breaks you
Thank
a
you.
bit,
Thank you
but
so
then
much.
at least you became stronger and stronger. And that's the thing with us. Not many people are like you and I, where we have strong mental
Mhm.
mindset that no matter what
Right.
the obstacles are and no matter what things throw at you, you still come out a winner. Because I hear you say you're a
Right.
nurse, and see, you had to
Yes, I
even go
am.
back and bury your mother. So
Mm.
Yes.
see, you
Yes, I
came out
did.
a very awesome child, and you know grown up,
Yes, I
and
did.
you're much better than what they thought you were going
Mhm.
to be.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
I'm not the retarded
I've
person.
always
Mhm.
Exactly. And I've always
Yeah,
heard there's a saying that says, when life throws you melons, you take it and make juice
yes,
with it.
it's
Meaning, when life throws
lemonade.
you
Yes,
melons, you make the best out of it.
amen.
All
Yeah,
right. So I
thank
want to
you
say,
so
I
much.
want to
Thank
say
you.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
sharing
Thank
your
you.
story, and I wish you
Thank
all the
you.
best.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Have a
Thank you
good
so
one.
much.
All
You
You're
right.
too.
welcome.
Same with
Thank you,
you.
Mia. Appreciate
Bye-bye.
the
All
call.
right.
All right.
Mhm.
Let's take another call. Caller, you're live. Good night.
Hi, good night. Oh shoot.
Please
Good
Good
turn the
night.
night.
turn the stream in the background down. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I just turned it off. Sorry. Yeah, good night. Caller, I
Good night.
applaud you
Hi.
for being such a strong woman. I mean,
Thank you.
all that thing you went through, they didn't send you to school. You moved from sister to sister and teacher to
Hmm.
sister,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
they robbed you of your school days, and in the end
Yes.
you come out as pure gold. The
Yeah.
Bible said the stone that the builders refuse will be the head cornerstone, or the
Right.
headstone of the corner.
Yeah.
And that's what you came out to be. And even though your mother didn't show you love her, whatever, or like you say,
Hmm.
you felt that she meant well, but
Yes.
they did it a different way. But in the end, it was
Yes.
you who took care of her, even though she neglected you in a sense. You are the one who
Hmm.
took care of her and end up
Yes.
burying her when she died, you know. And
Yes.
all the
Yes.
people who call
Yes.
you stupid now they have to look up to you, man.
Hmm.
I
Of
love
course.
that. I
Yes.
love that, you know. Yes. So I
Yes. Yes.
applaud you and just
Yes.
keep on being strong. And about your daughter, just keep on praying and
Hmm.
we'll help you pray, okay?
Yes.
Hello?
I'm kind of hardly
Yes, just
hearing
keep
you.
on
Yes, it's
praying
hard to
for your
hear. Yes.
daughter.
Hmm.
Yes. And Mr. Unstoppable,
Yes, Sylvia.
thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you
I
as
love
well.
this.
Hmm.
I love what you're doing, Unstoppable.
Thank you.
And I'm so proud of you and
Thank
just
you so
keep up
much.
your good work, okay?
All right. Much love,
Good
Sylvia.
night.
Thank you.
Good
All right.
night.
You're welcome.
All right. So,
All right. Good night, caller.
like I said, I'm seeing persons calling the number straight. It's not straight. It's WhatsApp only. Like I said, I know you guys have to get familiar with the new number, but just add the number in on your phone from now so that the next show we not have that issue. All right. It's 754 caller 754-317-5747. Caller, good night. You're
Yes.
live.
Good night. How you doing?
All is well, family.
Yeah, man. Listen to you all the time, but all I can say today is that you just have to forgive them, you know. And as young people going up,
Hmm.
especially right now, it tends to a lot of violence. So I hope she can forgive them and have that forgive spirit, you know, and don't take it too hard on our daughter.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, man. Just forgive her and do
Okay.
your best. Don't give up on her.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much.
All right, my brother. I
Thanks.
appreciate the call. See
Yeah,
you.
man. Listen, yeah, I'm gonna call one of them there half year. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I say a word.
Alright.
Mhm.
Blessings. All right, let's take another call. Let's take another call right here, and then we're gonna wrap up. I'm seeing Derek calling. I'm seeing the humble lady calling. All right, I missed those ones just now. I'm gonna wait on Derek and the humble lady to call back, and those will be the last calls of the program. All right, here's Derek. Derek, you're live, brother.
All right. Shout out and respect due to the one call, Unstoppable Live. How are you, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
All right. Ma'am, how are you? I often
I'm
tell
fine, thank
Unstoppable
you.
that, yes, ma'am. I often tell Unstoppable and the Unstoppable Army that I'm originally from Mississippi and growing up in the 1970s. I see so much similarity between the islands and Mississippi. And I put in the chat, this is no, I can relate to the beatings. My mother, unfortunately, once my parents divorced, she was a heavy drinker. Ma'am, I got beat with a high wheel racetrack, a broom handle,
My
a
God.
mop handle,
Right.
extension
Mm-hmm.
cord, um, the
Mhm.
switches. Typically what she would do is take the bark off the switch, so you just got the white part of the switch. I got beat with sandals,
Right.
beat with boots. I got hit with
Mhm.
fiberglass on my arms and behind. And it's
Mhm.
this thing we have in Mississippi called a gin belt. And the gin belt, the only way I can
Mhm.
really describe it to you, it's just a piece, it's a long, thick piece of rawhide leather. Kind of like
Mhm.
if you go to a barber shop and you see the barbers sharpen their blade. That's what we would call a
Right.
gin belt. And I got beat with all of them. Got beat in the shower,
Okay.
naked, all of that.
Hmm.
So I
Oh
I know
yeah.
about
Yeah.
all that well, man.
Right.
And I chalked that up to the fact that my
Right.
mother was going through stuff, and I'm a young man trying to find my way and all that type of stuff. But salute to Catherine Charles that's in the chat. She's Stopwell said that people were putting in the chat that you have a heart of gold, but Catherine Charles had put in there that she called you the stone that was rejected. And if you know the analogy
Right.
of the rejected stone turned into the cornerstone, that would be you.
Right.
But she
Right.
also put in the chat, and I put it in there as well. Black people worldwide got this thing of just beating. And I have a 17-year-old daughter, man, and I think I may have spanked her like maybe 3, 4 times. I don't believe in
Right.
corporal punishment. I think that's a last resort. But the fact of the matter
Mhm.
is, black people love to beat. That's just in us, and I don't think we're gonna ever
Right.
get away from it. That's just in us, and I'm just so sorry. As a parent
Right.
myself, I don't know your mother. Respect your family and all that,
Mhm.
but. She was wrong for the way she did you, and it
Right.
sounds like you
Right.
turned out to be a good person in spite of it. And it's just
Right.
last point, and then I drop back down. It just seems like the children that are beaten the most, the ones that are chastised, demonized, and all these other words you want to use, they the ones that turn out the best ones, and the ones that was always given everything and say, "Oh, this is my
Right.
best child." They're the ones that turn
Uh-huh.
out to be
Uh-huh.
nothing. So, ma'am, you keep
That's
pushing. I
true.
think you said you had 2 children. I think you said have a couple
Yes.
children. I would just say, just
Yes.
try to be the opposite of your mama, and your dad. You didn't mention your dad at all. And I think fathers have something to
Right.
be. I think it's something to be said about fathers in a child life. And
Hmm.
a father needs to
Okay.
confirm, especially they female children. But the fact of the matter is, it
Yes.
sounds like you are that cornerstone. So you keep pushing, and
Yes.
salute to you, Unstoppable. Thank you for having me
Thank
on your
you.
platform. Salute
Thank
to the
you.
Unstoppable family.
Thank you.
Blessings, my
Yes,
brother.
ma'am.
Thank
You
you for
take care of
calling.
yourself.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, the last
Thank you.
caller of the night. Let's take the humble lady.
Hi,
You're
good night,
live.
Unstoppable.
Good night.
Hi.
Yes, good night. Are you
Hi.
hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great.
It's
And I would
amazing.
like to say good night to that lady there, caller. I
Yeah.
salute you.
Thank you.
And the
Thank
saying
you.
goes by, the stone that the builder refused shall
Mhm.
be the head cornerstone.
Right.
You know, at first listening to your story, the
Right.
first thing that came to my mind is like, this lady is going to become a nurse before you even half reach into the story. That's what came to mind. She is going to become a nurse. And the
Whoa.
reason for saying that, listen, giving away a girl child is one of the worst things a mother can ever do.
That's so
Because guess
true.
what? All the boys that she loves,
Mhm.
cherish, okay,
Mhm.
you're telling me that she's going to get old one day. She's going to get sick, most likely.
Mhm.
Who's going to clean her?
Hmm.
You think the
But,
boy's going to do it?
no.
The boy's not.
And
The
their
boy's
wives
not going to
don't.
do it. And look what happened in the last. So many girls, they treat you like
Oh
a
my
trash.
God.
They trampled you.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
they stopped you from having an early education at first. You
And
could
that
be
is
even probably
so
you might even be the
important.
prime minister too if you didn't get the education that you want to be
Mm,
something
I'm
else.
telling you.
Hmm.
So,
I'm
so
telling
they
you, don't
took
take that from no man.
many
Hey,
years, so many
no, man,
years
don't take it.
from you
No, man.
for not having a proper
Mm.
education. So if you have got that chance to go to Canada to further your education, probably
Yeah.
I would say you probably would have been at Jamaica now, probably suffering,
Mm-hmm.
or probably
Of course,
you have
yes.
the ambitions. So probably you would go further. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But
Wow.
the good Lord, you weren't
It's on
supposed to
my
be
side.
that
Mm-hmm.
lay I would say lay by girl that they call you, or
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
stupid, or that
Mm-hmm.
whatever name they want
Yeah.
to put on you. You
Yeah.
were supposed to be the top of the top, and you came out
That's
on top.
true.
And I
Man, oh
applaud you.
man.
My hat goes off to you. The
Thank you.
good God continue to bless you,
Thank you.
bless your kids,
Thank you.
your
Thank
grandkids,
you.
and trust me,
Thank
you're
you.
gonna live long,
Thank you
long,
so
long
much.
enough to help so
Mm.
many other kids who have lost,
Right.
who were lost along the way by
Mm-hmm.
parents. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
certain, I am sure your mom's supposed to feel a way dying. She's
I'm
supposed to, but she was
wondering
so ashamed
because
she couldn't tell you thanks.
she was
I tell her she's
so
sorry.
sick.
You
She
understand?
was
I
so
had
sick.
one
Yeah.
daughter. I had one child, one daughter, and she's a nurse in the United States right now. And trust me,
Mm-hmm.
I am so proud of
Happy.
that girl.
Of course.
There's
Yes.
nothing too good
Yes.
that I ask for I
Yes.
don't get. You understand
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And that's my
No.
only child. If I
Yeah.
sick and I call her and I said, look, I
Yeah.
need to go to the doctor. The money coming.
She's there for you. Yeah.
You understand? Because
Yeah.
she knows what I have gone through with her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got pregnant at an early age with her at the age of
Right.
15, 16 in school. And
Right.
I grew her in such a
Mm-hmm.
good way. And I am reaping the
Mm-hmm.
rewards of her right now. So again,
Right. So girls are good.
bless you, bless.
Thank you so much.
Okay, look,
Thank
I
you
have
so
one
much.
thing to say. I have
Mm-hmm.
last thing to say to all the gentlemen in this show tonight who are listening. Never, ever tell yourself you don't want a daughter. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of the best things you
The
can
good
ever
girls are
think of.
good. That's true.
Because
That's true. That's true.
when that boy get big and leave your house, he's gonna take up a woman and he's gonna have children, family of his own. You think
Yeah.
he's gonna
Yeah.
take his wife or maybe his children and say, okay, go and take care of my mom? Is not all of them going to do it?
No, they
And then you
won't.
must do it. You
No, they
understand what
won't.
I'm
It's your
saying?
daughter. It comes down to your
Right.
daughter. She's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah. So
understand. She's gonna do it. Yep.
exactly. So you take your
Mm-hmm.
sufferation and beating and battering and you turn it into sunshine.
Yes.
Bless you.
Yes.
And you
Thank you.
take care
Thank
and
you so
continue
much.
to work hard and take care of
Thank
all the
you.
people you
Thank
can
you.
take care of. You will get your reward one
Thank
day.
you.
Good night,
Thank you
Unstoppable.
so
Thank you
much.
for calling, humble lady. It's appreciated.
Thank you.
You,
Thank
yes,
you.
you are
Thank you.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Much love.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Carla, listen, your story tonight, it's a sad one that you went through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely
Right.
sad that you went through all that. But the good thing about your story is that you didn't allow it to break you. That's the
Mm-hmm.
good thing. You didn't allow it to break you, right? In the
Right.
end, you came out on top despite what
Yes.
everybody else was saying, despite all the names,
Right.
despite all the mockings,
Mm-hmm.
despite all the
Oh my
beatings.
God.
You came out on top in the end, and that's what
Oh my
matters.
God.
Now, as it
When
pertains
you
to
learn
your
to hate yourself.
as it
Mm-hmm.
pertains to your daughter that you saying you're having
Mm-hmm.
some issues with, as the previous caller
Right.
said, just work with her a little bit. Try to
Yes, that's right.
talk with her, try to
Mm-hmm.
understand what's going on with her, and give her a little bit of chance to
Right.
let you
Okay.
in. You understand?
Yes.
Because she's a
Yes.
teenager. How old is she now?
My daughter is, well, she's 40 years old, and she's married, and she has how many? 4 children. But the father died when she was 7, her real father. But my husband stepped in as a real father to her. But for some reason, she can't be I don't. I think it's she come at me because I spoiled her. To be honest with you, I did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always give me, give me, give me. And I don't want, I'm not going. And, then the mistake I made was to go to school when she got pregnant. I said, you stay pregnant, I'm going. I am
Mm-hmm.
going to school. But there's no way I'm going to not go to school, come to Canada and not go to school. So I'm going. So then there become a problem.
Mm-hmm.
She became a big problem because I went to school. I did not sit with her with a baby. I went to school.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Listen, I'm proud of you,
Yeah.
Carla. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm glad,
Thank
despite
you.
the odds, you came out on top.
Hmm.
And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing your story with us tonight.
Thank
And I
you for
do
listening to me
wish
and
you
giving me that chance.
all the best. And I
Thank you,
just want to be
Jessica.
a little bit inquisitive, little bit. All right.
Go ahead.
Are you happy right now with your life?
Unstoppable. I am somewhat happy. I'm somewhat happy. And because everything that happens back then, it comes back all the time to me and it makes me uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Just the feeling of what I go through. So I went to see a counselor, get counseling, but it didn't help.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I just said whatever, whatever, whatever. I just, would love for my daughter to understand me and I understand her because that's it right now. My husband is here,
Mm-hmm.
and as I told you, there's a drama. That's another drama. And I'm telling you, sometimes you go so many times to the lowest point of your life because that time I was also at a low point. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
mention it in my speech this evening, but
Mm-hmm.
that was terrible. And that makes me kind of not too happy. And
Mm-hmm.
trust is not there like how it was before. So, but I just try to work with it and said, I can live with it. It's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All
That's it.
right. Like I said, I want to
Yeah.
thank you once again for gracing the
Yeah.
platform this
And I'd
evening.
love to share the story with me and my husband.
All right. Well, it
I'd
sounds
love
like
to
she
share it
has a
one
part
day.
two
I
then.
don't know when. Pardon?
It sounds like you have a part two then for true. All right. So I'm gonna.
But I want to put it on for now. I'll just give it a break and then I'll come and I'll let you know. And
Yeah.
I want to give some money and I'm gonna get my daughter to help me with doing that to put some money to your program.
Not a problem. I
I'm
do
just gonna get
appreciate
her
you.
to come and help me.
I appreciate
And
you.
I'm glad that I talked to you because talking to you and listening to you,
The
what do
callers.
you call it now? The colors, I'm happy. It makes me feel different.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it
Mm-hmm.
makes me feel different
Mm-hmm.
and feel like I'm not a bad person because I always think that I'm the bad person, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm just hearing it from other people that you're not bad,
Right.
you know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you again.
Not a
Thank you.
problem. It was
And
a
do you
pleasure.
have my name there? Because I know you blocked me the other night.
Oh, on YouTube. Oh, I did. I need to unblock you. I need.
You need to unblock me because I have to get her to send.
I
I have
need
to
to
get her now to
unblock you.
send.
No. All right. Let me explain to the viewers. Let me explain to the viewers what happened. All right. So, do you remember? I think it was Monday night, right? It was Monday
It
night.
was what? I
It
can't
was either
remember.
Monday or Friday night when
But
one of the callers was sharing her experience, and the person in the comment section made a comment about the family and saying, and I thought the comment was being directed to the caller, and I blocked the person.
right.
So this is actually her, but she was actually only commenting about her
Yes,
situation, but
experience like
it
how
seemed as if
people
it was
treat
being
you.
directed to the caller. So I'm gonna unblock you. I'm gonna make
Right.
sure that I go
Please
there after
unblock
the
me.
show and unblock you. All right. Thank
Please
you so
unstoppable.
much.
Unblock me. Thank you so much too. Thanks for
Thank
hearing
you.
my call. Thank you. And thanks to the callers, back to the listeners. Thank you so much.
I do appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Good night.
Thanks. Good night.
All right, Unstoppable family, we are at the end of the program, and I do appreciate tonight's guest. Her story is a powerful one, and I enjoyed listening to every word, and I'm sure you did as well. All right, I want to say thanks to the persons who contributed again. A lot of persons sending some Zelle contribution tonight, because listen, as I said, we were having some issues with the email being used for Zelle. Some people say, boy, Unstoppable are too much work with the email, So So I had to get that rectified, and so said, so done. The Zelle contributions came rolling in tonight. So thank you to everybody who sent in a Zelle contribution, because the phone number is much easier to use. So the number is 1754-317-5747. Lock that new number in. Lock that new number in so that you can have that on speed dial once you hear the phone line is open. All right, the 876 number will no longer be used as the call-in number. It will strictly be, from this point moving forward, this is the new calling number, 754-317-5747. all right, so if you have the 876 one in your phone, add this new number in. All right, this is the new calling number moving forward. All right, I want to say thank you to Euphemia Spencer for sending in a super chat contribution. It's appreciated, Euphemia. And Joy Blackwood and Shelly the Boss sent in a contribution as well. Much appreciated. Michelle Robinson Unstoppable sent in a super chat contribution as well. That's appreciated. And Max Up sent in a super chat contribution. Thank you so much, Max Up. That's appreciated as well. And Erica sent in a Zelle. Big up yourself, Erica. Claudette sent in a Cash App contribution. You are appreciated. Vivian sent in a Zelle contribution. Thank you so much. Christine sent in a Cash App contribution. You're appreciated, Christine. And Videla sent in a Zelle contribution. Thank you so much, Videla. And also Miami. No, I lie. Videla sent in a Cash App contribution. Thank you. And also Miami sent in a Cash App contribution as well. And here comes Romina in the last minute sending in a Cash App contribution as well. Thank you so much, Romina. I do appreciate everyone that has contributed to the program in whichever way you did. All right. Now, if you're out there and you're listening and you have a story that you want to share, it is very, very simple. All you have to do is send a WhatsApp message to the number on screen, 754-317-5747. All right. And say, Unstoppable, I have a story I would like to share. That's all your WhatsApp message has to say, and you will receive a call back. All right. 754-317-5747. All right, Unstoppable family, thank you so much for being here with us tonight, and I will see you all for another program come Friday night. All right, blessings.
Feel the music, 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 move your waistline, move your shoulders, feel the music, move your waistline, move your shoulders,
This music got me feeling like them way up high, sipping martinis and blue slushes with umbrellas up high. I like dancing, you like dancing? Put my feet up